This is Nosework Games Hidden Treasure. Said before, these aren't training videos, I just want you to have an idea of what they look like. Hidden Treasure, the main thing I find with this is you're going to have to make sure your dog isn't intrusive. If the pots are knocked over, especially if they've got water, it's a disaster. So the pots need to be quite stable and the handlers need to be quite brave in calling it. I usually brief people that this is one where I will stop them working if I think they're going to knock it over. The pots can be set out in patterns or shapes or rows, it's entirely up to you, and the handlers can go backwards and forwards as much as they like. Okay, so Hidden Treasure, these are a few of the things I use. Buckets are great with gravel because it's got some weight to it. These I use in my consoles, there's some pictures of them there. If you're doing an open thing with a gravel like this, you would work out your depth from the top of your gravel down, okay? If I'm using something with a lid, I get the substrate right at the top, and again I'll measure from that top down. Okay, so the lid is the top. If I'm doing water, I'm going to measure from the top down to the surface of the water. Okay, so if I wanted to put it at 5 centimetres, I'll do the water 5 centimetres down and then soak my clove or my gun oil. Don't know how well these work with Kong. Be interested to know if somebody wants to give them a go. And then I'd put the lid on. So it's just how to do your different depths. I usually do these the night before a trial because I want the odour to reach saturation before any of the dogs start running, so it's fairer for all the dogs. So whether they're on first in the morning, last in the afternoon, that odour should have pretty much have reached saturation point in that receptacle. Okay. Gravel's great to work with as it's heavy, nice wide base little pots like these work well, and I usually do gravel open. These are the pots in the consoles. These are all homemade, fairly simple, but these are really stable and you can disqualify a dog if they're knocking these over. They definitely do the job. Sweet tubs work well. I do tend to put a brick in them though, otherwise they skitter across the floor or up against a wall might help. As I say, try to make sure you're putting something stable out and give the dogs a little bit of a chance.